victory. Vision, vulnerability, victory. I was running a session with some young businesses and we were exploring the idea of an elevator pitch. And one of the things that suddenly landed, as sometimes happens, is a little framework to help them think about how to connect with their ideal customers. And it was those three words: vision, vulnerability, victory. And in particular, if you are someone who is not connecting with your customers in the way that you want, then my invitation is to consider how you can build those three elements of vision, victory, and vulnerability into your about section of your website, particularly. Okay, so let me flesh those out for you. Let me explain what I mean so that you can land this. All right. So the idea here is that most people, particularly on their about section page, will speak about themselves, like about me, about my business, right? No, like you're missing the most golden opportunity. All right. Particularly since COVID, time on the about section of a website has gone through the roof, right? The time that people will spend there, because they are seeking that genuine human connection. They're seeking to be able to trust. They're seeking to want to get to know, who is this person? Okay. Can I trust them to solve my problem? So there's the first question. Can I trust this person? All right. And so here is where vulnerability must come in, because even if people are talking about what they can do, right, for the customer, very often it's all features, benefits, features, benefits. Hey, we're going to get you here. It's going to be amazing. And actually, that's really important. However, if your customers do not know and cannot believe and cannot see and feel that you have experienced the pit they are in, they will not trust you to guide them to the peak they seek. Let me say that again. If your customers do not know that you have been through the pit that they are in, they will not trust you to guide them to the peak they seek. Okay? So what this means is you will have to share that you have been in that pit, what it looked like for you, what it felt like for you. And by the way, if you've done your work and you really understand what's going on for your customers and the language they are using inside their head to describe their experience, then the language that you are using to describe your pit and what it was like should be the same as their language that they're using right now to describe the pit they are in. Okay? So that's the first piece. Is it's really important to speak about where you can go. And that is the victory, right? But before we can speak about the victory, we've got to land with the vulnerability. Okay? I've got to say, hey, listen, if you are seeking this, like that was me. And here's where I was. And here's what it was like. Here's why it sucked. And you then, of course, have to share what it took to get to victory. Okay. And it doesn't have to be super big details, because that's not the time. The time and the place to perhaps map that is more in your sales conversations. But you need to let them know that there is a way for them to go from the pit they are in to the peak they seek. Okay. And that very often that victory, the victory to attain that peak, is going to be involving whatever it is that you are offering in some way, shape, or form. Okay. So you must speak about your vulnerability. You must speak about the victory. Okay. And what is the greater vision that both of you, both you and the customer, can be a part of? By working together, by them choosing to invest in you and what you offer, what is the greater vision that becomes possible for you both? What is the contribution you make to the world? What is the transformation that the customer goes through such that they are then able to contribute to this greater vision that you both believe in? Okay? Vision, victory, vulnerability. All right? And if you can craft your about page weaving in these three elements, what you immediately do is you give your customer the capacity to trust you, the capacity to see and feel what might be possible for them, and something even greater than that, the opportunity to be part of something bigger. Okay? So, a little breakdown there. I wanted to share that with you whilst it was quite fresh. And because it's fresh, I'm actually at the stage where I'd love to test it with some, one or two people who actually would like to see if it could work for them, right? So if right now you're not getting the traction or connection with your customers you want, and having heard this, you're like, oh yeah, my about section basically does talk about me. No money, nothing, no charge, nothing like that. I'm just fascinated to know whether this model could work. So if you would like to jump on a call, we can walk through it and literally rework your about section on the call. Then drop me a message and I'd love to do that because I'm super fascinated as to whether this little model could work to help you connect more with the heart of your customers and then therefore get them to take the action you want and to start changing their lives in the way that you're here to do. All right, cool. So ping me a message if that lands and if you'd like to explore that. Otherwise, today, tomorrow, how can you weave in vision, victory, vulnerability into your about page and the stories you share? All right, I'll see you next time.